Hello everybody, and welcome back to Attack of the B Team. And today we are going to continue working with our smeltery. And as you can see, there's a little bit of liquid in there already, but I was just testing it out, making sure everything was good to go. And I've done a bit of collecting, a little bit of reorganizing, so we are going to get down to it. Today we need to make ourselves a sword. So, first and foremost, what are the little changes I made here? So we've got our smeltery all set up. I moved all of the chests and everything that were over here over to here. My books are still hanging up there. But what do we have over here? Here in this chest, we have our leftovers that we didn't need for the smeltery. We will be probably making this a little bit higher if we need to. So if we need to do that, there are lots of materials in here to do that with. I also have our backup lava in here. So when we need to refill this to cook more or to melt more ores, we've got a ready supply. Over here in this chest, I've got all of our raw ores. The ore berries that I showed you last time. I've also got a new ore berry bush that I found. This one is pretty awesome. This is essence berry. And basically what this is, I've only got one so far, but I'll show you how this works. You hold it in your hand and you eat it. And look, you get experience from it. And I have that hidden nicely over here. This is a small little update I made as I put all of my ore berry in here. And as you can see behind, there's a little guy over there, the green guy. He makes the essence berry, which when you eat it, gives you experience, or XP, which is awesome. You need to find more of those. And I've still only got the copper ore berry, but I found a few more of them, so we're stocking them up over there. The next thing I did is I moved all of the tables over here and got ourselves all set up. I moved it all out of the fort that we had over there, and I brought them all out here because this is where we're going to be doing all of our tinkering to make our stuff. So we might as well have it all beside each other. So yeah, so we got our stencil table here. We've got our part builder, our tool station, our crafting station, and a chest. And just like in the other place, if you put your chest right beside your crafting station, you get access to all that right there from the crafting station, which is awesome. And if you put your pattern chest right beside your part builder, you get access to all your stencils right in your builder. And as you can see, I've made a few more stencils to kind of get us ready for this episode. And so what's the first thing we need to do? Well, the first thing we need to do is smelt up some of these ores, because that's going to take a little bit of time, and so we might as well have that going while we do all of the rest of the prep work. So if we click on the Smeltery Controller, you can see there is already a little bit of aluminum brass in here and a little bit of bronze. And those are actually, I believe it's this book that shows you how to smelt. Nope, probably not this book actually. I bet you it's the Black Mighty Smelting book. Alloys, yes, that's what we want. So if we go to the alloys page, whoops, one too far. So we need to cook up some bronze and some aluminum brass. Aluminum brass is used for the casts that we're going to make, and the bronze is actually the metal we're going to make our sword head out of, because that's the best I can make at the moment. We are unable to actually gather the rest of this material, like cobalt and ardite. We don't have a pickaxe good enough to mine it yet, so that's what we want. We want a good sword, and then start making good tools using some of the better stuff that we have now, so we can actually get those things. So this is the first thing we want to do, is cook up some bronze and some aluminum brass. So aluminum brass is made up of 3 parts aluminum, 1 part copper, and bronze is made up of 3 parts copper, 1 part tin. So let's just well, here, let's keep this book in our hands for now if we need it. So the first thing I want to do over here is we need to definitely get some smelting up some aluminum brass and some bronze. So we're going to need some copper. Copper is used in both recipes, and we're going to need some tin, and we're also going to need some, so we got copper, aluminum. Where is the aluminum? There we are. Oop. Let's get the gravel because we got more of that. All right, so now we go over here to the Smeltery Controller, and we need to put in some, so it's 3 parts aluminum and, oh no, yeah, start with the aluminum brass. So 3 parts aluminum, so if we go 1, 2, 3, and we want to make a bunch of this, so let's make 3, 3, 3, and then we need the copper to go, whoops, no. Copper, 3 copper, oh, and tin, that's for the other one. So Weird. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3 and a tin, 1, 2, 3 and a tin, 1, 2, 3 and a tin. That'll make up a bunch of the bronze, copper, and tin. We also need to make up the aluminum brass, which is aluminum and copper. So copper and tin. 3 copper and a tin. So we need some tin and we need the copper. So this time though it's more tin than we have copper. So while we're waiting for this one to smelt up, we can go with, let's say 1, 2, 3 of those and 1 of those for now. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing exactly the same thing here. Let's get those out. All right. I'm confusing myself. What do we got here? Tin, aluminum, copper. So we've got copper and tin. 3 parts copper and 1 part tin. Copper, copper, tin makes us bronze. We want 3 parts aluminum and 1 part copper. Okay, we don't need the tin right now. Well, this is almost done anyway. So we'll just let that finish up. And we need to make ourselves a sword blade, right? So the first thing we're gonna have to do is grab the sword blade pattern and go over here and grab up some stone. And if we go back to here now and we take the stone and we throw it in here with the pattern, this gives us a stone sword blade. We're not actually going to use this for our weapon at all. What we're going to use this for is to make our cast. And for that, we need to get, all right, look at this. See, look at all the bronze we have now. We got tons and tons of bronze. So now what we need is we need to start cooking up aluminum brass. 3 aluminum and 1 copper. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and copper. 1, 2, 3. So now we've got 3 to 1 of the aluminum and the copper, and that should give us more of this aluminum brass. One thing to note here too is that if you've got a bunch of different metals in your smeltery, whatever one is on the bottom is the one that you're actually going to be able to pour out. So if you want to use your bronze, you click on it, it throws it to the bottom. That's what you can pour out. If you want to use your aluminum brass, you click that to the bottom, and whatever else is in there. Whatever's on the bottom is what actually would come out of these if I whacked on these, which we'll do soon. All right, so we have ourselves the stone sword blade. And if I go over here and I take this stone sword blade and I throw it on here, you'll see that when we pour the aluminum brass on that, it's going to make a cast that has that piece missing, which is what we need to do to make our sword head. So we'll just let that aluminum brass cook up first. We also need to make ourselves a binding. So if you look here in the tool station, I want to make this rapier. Now this one looks pretty awesome. It's got armor piercing, quick strike, charge boost, and it's got a special ability to backpedal. So this is, I think if I right click, I basically jump straight backwards. So I can get out of the line of fire, which would be great for getting away from creepers. There's some other abilities in here too that so it goes through armor. I'm not exactly sure what the quick strike means. Maybe that it just hits faster, and the charge boost I have to look into as well. But I did look into it a little bit earlier, and it looked really awesome. So I want to do that. It does say here that the damage is low and the durability is low, but we're going to make up for that with some modifiers once we get a hold of them, which I'll talk about later. So what we want to do is we need to make ourselves this blade, the blade, the handle, and then the grip, or the what do they call this? I can't remember now. So anyhow, so first thing we need to do is make ourselves the handle. So the handle, what we're going to do is, I made one of these up just to make sure I know how to do it all. So if I look at this, if you look at the recipe for this, the slime crystal is made from slimy mud. The slimy mud is made from 4 of these blue gelatinous slime, a piece of dirt, and a piece of sand. So we've got ourselves some sand. Actually, whoops. What are we doing here? Let's put that back. So a piece of sand, a piece of dirt, and then these gelatinous slimes. We need 4 of them, and that makes this slimy mud. Now this can be used for other things, but we're not going to get into that right now. So now we have to take this slimy mud and cook it. And of course I don't have do we have? We have stone. 8 cobblestone, which is enough to make ourselves a furnace. Probably should have one of these over here anyway, so let's just throw that down there. But of course I probably don't have. No, I don't. So let's just grab, I think it's this that we can use to cook things. So if I throw the slimy mud in here and then the wood, it's cooking it away. Yeah, that should be enough to get this out. This is we're gonna need more of these crystals anyway to make more of these rods in the future. So now we got ourselves a slime crystal, a blue slime crystal. And now if we go into here, whoops, no. So if we go over here and we make ourselves a tool rod, whoop. Oh, I did upgrade our defenses as well. You can see I made them too tall and I put a whole bunch more of those. I did it on both sides. So I don't think they could actually get in anymore. So we should be a bit safer in here, which is great. But it still scared me. So, oops, we're not in here yet. In the part builder, we've got our tool rod. We take our crystal, and this makes us a slime tool rod. And it also has a slime shard, which we might be able to use in the future, but I'm not exactly sure about that one yet. So anyhow, this makes us a the slime tool rod. And let's see, I wonder. Oh, look at that. So yeah, look, we can make another tool rod of this. One thing to note here is the reason I want to use this tool rod is it's got a really high base durability of 1200. It also has a handle modifier of ×2. So it actually doubles the effectiveness using this type of tool rod. So, you know, I might as well just make up a couple of these right now because we're going to use them for some of our other tools as well in the future. I still hear those guys walking about. All right, so we've got a tool rod. The next thing we need to do is make our binding, and our binding we're going to make out of paper. So now obviously paper is just made by taking your sugar cane and making some paper up. You can also make these paper stacks. So if I put those across, oh no, I think it's, yeah, just make it into a square of 4. That makes a paper stack. Now for this binding, all we actually need is paper, but the paper stacks are also used in construction of some of these other components because you need like more paper than just the single paper. So we need this paper. We don't need the stacks for this particular binding. So we're using a tool binding pattern. We throw our paper in here. This gives us a paper binding. Now the paper binding is not the greatest thing, but it's great for this type of part, right? The binding doesn't actually, like the base durability, the modifiers, none of this stuff actually matters. The mining speed, the levels, the attack, none of this stuff matters at all when it comes to a binding. So the reason I want to use paper is because what it does do is it gives you an extra modifier on your tool or your weapon, which we are going to utilize in the future, because I'll show you what those are once we get into that. So we've got ourselves a paper binding, a tool rod, and now the last thing we need to do is actually make our sword head. So we come into here and now look at that. So we've got 32 ingots of molten bronze and we've got 32 ingots of molten brass. Brass is on the bottom. Now we can whack this guy and it makes us a cast. Look at that. We can take those pieces out and look at this. We got ourselves a sword blade cast. Now we don't need the sword blade anymore at the moment. We do need this cast. So now what we want to do is put this cast right back into here. Whoops, that's the book. We don't want to do that. We put the cast back in here and come over here and throw the bronze on the bottom because that's what we want to come out of this now. We whack this baby again and look at this. We get ourselves a sword blade. Now what we can do is actually make our tool. So we want to come over here. I want to make this rapier, and we got our sword blade made out of bronze. We have our slime rod made out of blue slime, and our, oh, I made the wrong thing. Oops. I will use that in the future anyway. So we need this guy. So let's come back over here. The crossbar pattern. We need that. So let's grab and the paper and this just in case it was that. Let's go. Let's put the paper in here. Yes, crossbar. That's what we actually need. All right, let's put this paper back. Oops. All right. Yeah, we don't need that in there anymore. Back into here. All right. Now let's make our rapier. Now we actually have a paper crossbar, a bronze sword blade, and a blue slime tool rod. And this will make us a rapier. And this has a natural ability of reinforced 1. And I believe that's because of the sword blade. I'd have to check into that. But anyhow, so it's got a durability of just under 500, which isn't great. So it will get damaged quicker, but and it's only got a 2 heart attack damage. But I think this is the best we can do right now with the materials we can actually make. And it's got 4 modifiers. Now, if we didn't use the paper crossbar, it would only have had 3 modifiers. So that's what this paper does for us, is it gives us an extra modifier. Now, prepare to fight. We have this. It also is writable, which I believe. All right, let's put this back in here. Oh, darn it. I could have named it. I've noticed that I haven't been naming anything so far, but I didn't even think of what I should call this. So anyhow, for now, we'll just have it unnamed, and then I'll see if I can name it later by putting it back into the tool. Actually, I think I can do that even if we do this here. So if you click on the repair and modifications, I can throw this back in here. I can name it as well. When I actually add a modifier to it. So let me show you the modifier. So I do have a bit of redstone, even though I'm not able to mine it yet, but because of the creeper blasts around me and it happened to be blasting up redstone, I'll just show you how these modifiers work. We're going to get into these a lot more once we actually can mine a bunch of more of this stuff. So what redstone does, I need to put that. I thought I could put this stuff in here. Maybe I need more than just 7 pieces. I probably need more than 7 pieces. I can't do this yet. What redstone should do, though, anyway, is give it haste, I believe. Yeah, let's take a look over here. Redstone for speed. So it makes the tool or the weapon faster, so you'd be able to swing it faster, I believe. We don't have enough of that, obviously, so we're not going to do that yet, and we'll name it later when we've got more stuff. But that's basically how that works. Also, this creative tool modifier, this just appeared in my inventory when I logged in the last time, and that's because I recently updated this mod pack to the latest beta version, which is, I believe, version 1.0.11a. And when that happened, I guess they made something, like here it says that they did something to make the battle signs not as effective, so they gave you this tool modifier. I did a bit of research on it, and it's actually one of the, oops, where's the modifiers in this book? Let's see here. All the modifiers on your what, like there's a bunch of things allow, nope, not in this book. Was this one? No, those are recipes. This one, modifiers, yeah. So if we go right to the end of this, when we get through all the modifiers, it shows you that you can actually get more modifiers. So here you go. Oh no, not here. Keep going. Here's the redstone I was telling you about, speed. It makes your weapon faster. Auto repair. So this is the modifiers that we're going to want to probably add. Luck, sharpness. I definitely want to add this to my weapon. Fiery maybe, necrotic maybe. There's lots of things we can do to this. Knockback. It already has knockback, but we can increase its knockback by adding more. But what I wanted to show was additional modifiers, right? So if you put a block of gold and a diamond on there, you get 1 more modifier. So we have 4 right now. Doing this would give you 5. Doing this as well would give you another 1, right? And then doing this would give you another 1. And haha, look at this. Here's that piece that we had. So they gave us this. Basically, they gave us a free modifier on a tool or a weapon of choice. That is great. I don't know how you actually get those normally, but I have that at my disposal. So we can I'll just leave that on there for now. So here we have our sword. So yeah, see here, if I right click, I bounce back, I jump back. That's so cool. And I can attack. Ha ha ha. Very awesome. So we've got this awesome new sword now, and we are ready to maybe go do a little bit of exploring and see. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to turn myself into bat form. You'll see I actually went out and killed a squid, so I put that in my hotbar too, so that if I want to swim underwater, which I was doing quite a bit when I was looking for clay. So now we are in bat form. Let's go do a little bit of exploring, because I wanted to show you some of these things that I found. Whoa! Where are you? There is a skeleton around here that just took a shot at me. Where are you? We want to test our brand new sword on you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You're hiding under a tree somewhere. Where are you? Where are you? You're not allowed to take a shot at me and run. Come on. Where are you? I don't see him. I must be blind. I'm sure you guys have already found him. I don't know. Where did he go? We'll find another guy. Maybe we'll find him on the way back. Alright, well, let's just take a look at our map. So some of the things that I've discovered that I'd like to show you. That was the original tree base. Some caves. Here's the zombie dungeon and a lava pool. This is where I've been getting my lava. And there's a ravine over here, a ravine over there. So let's just select this guy and go take a look at that zombie dungeon that I found. And along the way, we might run into a few other things. I think the witch hut is actually just over here. So remember on that first night, and we looked across the water, I think, from here, and there was a light over here. And here is what that light was. There is a witch hut. Now these are added by the witchery mod. So if you walk in here, you'll see there's a witch in here, but this witch ain't going to attack us. It's a Coven Witch. Now these are special witches that if you go into the get into all of the witchery stuff, you can talk to these witches and they will give you a mission. And if you complete their mission, there's a chance that they will join your coven. And that does a lot of, it makes it so that when the circle rites and a lot of the stuff that you can do in the witchery mod actually gets, you can do more crazy things. So you need to have a whole bunch of them in your coven to do some of the stuff in that mod. So these just kind of spawn around. They also have chests in there, so you can get some stuff sometimes from them. What's the next thing we want to do? Let's go over to that dungeon. As we're flying along, we might see some other things. And yeah, here's my pool of lava. Nope, that's not my pool of lava. This is actually, I think, the dungeon I found. Yeah, this is where the dungeon is. Whoops, I missed the entrance. So if we go down here and try not to burn ourselves in the lava, you can see here it is. Here's my dungeon that I found, and we've got a monster spawner, a zombie monster spawner, and we're going to leave this here deactivated for a while, but I don't want to destroy it because I think that we can grab this later on and use it to make some kind of a zombie farm and get stuff and experience and all that kind of jazz out of it. So I found this down here, and so those the things I showed you from the other episode, this is where I found them. The next thing that we should take a quick peek at is these guys here. So this over here looks like a really strange little green blob. And that was over that way. So let's fly over here. These are slime islands. And yeah, so there's that light we were just talking about. So we found out what that actually means. So let's go flying over here. Now it's nighttime, so we should definitely get some mobs walking about that we can take out and try our new sword on. But if we look straight up, oh, what's that? Here we are. There are these floating islands. This is another one of the mods. I believe this is a part of Tinker's construct actually, but I've already kind of destroyed this one. There were trees on here, and that's where I got, so whoa, I got you. Oh, and I threw him off the edge. And there he goes. But yeah, they were, oh, look at this. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, there's a creeper too. You came for me. And, oh, die. Let's get you. Got you. Now the creeper. Oh, wow, we've got mobs coming. Whoa, don't blow up. And throw him off the edge too. Gotcha. Alright, I like our new sword. It's working much better than our axe was. And so anyhow, so these guys are actually pretty awesome because they will spawn the they will spawn the slimes, but also they have a lot of this. So here you can see here there's this congealed blue slime, there's also congealed green slime, and then there's trees, and the tree trunks are made out of this congealed green and blue slime as well. So you can take that, break it down into the actual slime balls, which is awesome. So it makes finding the slimes a lot easier. Alright, so one of the last things that I was hoping to show you as well were these witch circles, which is where I found some pretty awesome stuff as well. Let's see if we can see them. It's going to be dangerous at night for sure because oh, what's over here? What's all this light? Is that lava? Yeah, it looks like it's just lava. It's kind of an interesting little one lava spot. Strange. Witch circle. Where is the closest? So slowly head back to the fort. And on our way back, maybe we'll find one of these witch circles. Normally you can see them on the map too. They're actually pretty easy to find on the map. There's my lava pool right there. That's where I've been gathering all my lava from. And then we'll head a bit more north. And fly through the night. I don't see any of them on my map at the moment. Maybe we'll show you one of those next time. So we're back at home base here. They're definitely around. Let's just take a quick look at the map. What do we got on here? I've seen a few in just the areas I've explored. Zoom in. And I am not seeing where one is at the moment. I'll find you one for the next time and we can go exploring it. For now though, oh, and there's a creeper down there waiting for me. Let's go back in one of these back doors. Where is the back door? There we are. Here's a defensive system. You can see it all in all its glory. And here we're back. Don't fall in there, that'll hurt you. We're back in here. And we have ourselves a brand new sword. And there's so much more we can do with this. The next thing that I have to do is definitely... Whoop. What happened there? Oh, I am hungry. Totally out of food. So let's eat up some food. Whoops. Eat up some food. Oh, right. Actually, one thing I forgot to show you last time, too, was Iron Man also threw up this fire alarm on here, which is pretty awesome. If you put... if there's actually fire around it, it'll actually start going off and making one of the most annoying sounds, the fire alarm sound. But yeah, so that's up there too. I forgot to show that last time. And now, so I've shown you where the zombie dungeon was, where we found this stuff. I haven't shown you. So the zombie dungeon was this stuff over here. We found the dragon egg and all this stuff. And in the witch circle, we found these things. So next time I'll show you where the witch circles are. For this time though, I think that we are good. So I turn back into ourselves, and I've still got on my snow hat because it's very, very cold in this biome. And next time we need to make a whole bunch of tools now with this wonderful smeltery, and start actually mining some higher level ores so we can make even better tools and even better weapons. And we'll have to even go into the nether to get the best of those things. So we need to make ourselves prepared for that, and next time we'll keep going and we'll make some better tools and we'll show you some more things, and I am looking forward to it. So I will talk to you all next time.